Hello there, YouTube. My name is Wendy, after please call me Wendy, and welcome back to Painscreek. We're going back into Painscreek again. We're gonna keep going on this Achievement Hunting Adventure. I am trying to be a little quiet again, just because, again, there's people sleeping, and whatnot. Also, I have my sweater fresh out of the dryer today, so that it feels so very nice and cozy. But yeah, we're just gonna hop right back on into it. But yeah. So we went to the hunting cabin, and we, found that what happened with the baby and Sophia and blah 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 blah. So also when I was when I was looking at my guide and whatnot, just reviewing everything, make sure I got everything. That it does say that like what happened to Sophia and baby was that Sophia did fall and broke her neck. So she wasn't pushed or anything like that, but she did fall. So it kind of makes I still wonder which way she had to fall to break her neck. Because again, I'm not medically inclined. I have no major medical knowledge. So if someone knows exactly how that would work, I would love to hear. I'm very curious about that. But yeah. So I'm trying to think. Let me double check my inventory. We have this for the mansion. Sewer gate key. Old mansion gate. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So let me see if it tells me anything in my little guide. Right. Oh, that's right. It goes to the mansion gate in the back. That's right. Okay. I was looking at my thing. Okay, so now we can get into the hospital through the sewers and whatnot, and so we can go there. Okay, so. Get me out of here. I hate that buzzing. Yeah. Also, this was a thought that I had like in between last episode and this episode. Something I had a thought of was and this is low key based. This is kind of stemming from my little thought of like that one point in time. I think May 13th, 1995-ish or whatever. That it was like, oh, what if this was the point that Father Matthew, even though he technically he accidentally killed Andrew, what if it's what started his want of vengeance or whatever for Sophia? I started to wonder if they ever did a prequel to this game or even a sequel. What if they did it from Father Matthew's point of view? You know, like you have little time skips here and what's that? Oh. But anyway, you have like little time skips here and there to go from like when they're babies to childhood to like to when all the stuff happens. Like that would be one of the craziest things to ever see. You know, because then you finally get to see what point did Father Matthew snap. Because here's the thing, is that I don't know much about serial killers. I'm not someone who, or I guess, should I say serial killer? Because I think he's technically a serial killer. I'll say murderer for now. But like someone like who does many murderers, you know, I'm not an expert on that. But there would have to have been a snapping point, and that one point might have been just what it needed for Father Matthew. Wait, am I going this way? No, I'm going to the mansion. What am I thinking? Almost I was going to the church. But, because, like, imagine just hearing this person you grew up with, you know, was killed because of these people, you know, and some people would, of course, very much so be heartbroken. Some would be angry, absolutely. But even Scott wrote that Father Matthew didn't do anything but sit there and listen. It makes you wonder if something truly snapped and he just didn't realize it until he accidentally killed Andrew. Because in the recordings he says he didn't mean to do it. That happened. And I think that's why when you come across the hospital notes that it says his body was so severely burnt, because it's possible that somehow Father Matthew, I don't know if he got an axe or whatever, I'd have to relook at it, but in whatever way that he killed Andrew, he started the fire. I wonder if he started the fire like on purpose to cover up what he did. Because think about it, Andrew was a drunkard basically. Like he got drunk a lot and whatnot. And if it was known around town he was a drunkard, then like there was alcohol bottles right at the floor and whatnot, then it would have made sense. it's something that would have happened and made sense. Now, like, oh, yeah, he died of this thing because he was a drinker. It's like, no, this was just a cover-up. Okay. Now we can open this. Okay. There's a little note. And this is where, he talks about, like, he didn't kill Vivian. He'll tell Trisha what happened one day. Please forgive me, you know, we can't be together. And whatnot. So this is where he's saying, like, I'm sorry, there's a lot going on, I'll tell you later, but I see why we can't be together now. Which I think is important that, like, when he found out, he at least came clean. I appreciate that of him. And whatnot. If that was his only way of doing it, like, I sometimes can't, I kind of, I kind of, in a way, can't blame him. Because, like, imagine, you know, you tell that someone in front of this possible person, and they hate your guts. You know, like Vivian, she hated Scott. Well, I shouldn't say hated. But she really wasn't into Scott because of everything that happened. But yeah, see, Sophia isn't there. We're coming, Sophia! Or at least where your body was. Yeah, when I was back here last time, I was so scared that something was gonna jump out at me. I was like, something's gonna jump out at me. Yeah, see, because then this is uncovered. You get to use the rope. It's a fun little detail I think they put in the game. Okay, down we go. I'm so glad there wasn't any official, like, jump scare here or whatever. Because it legit would have given me a heart attack. Well, you know what I mean. I feel like in some ways I can't say certain things like heart attack because, like, I feel I'm pretty healthy, you know what I mean? So, yeah. This is what we need. Okay. Back up we go. Also, it makes me wonder, the character we're playing, I think her name's Janet, how strong is she? Because, climbing up rope, if you don't have that arm strength and the shoulder strength, whoo, it's a little hard. And up we are. There we go. Okay. But yeah, the fact that they hit her body all the way down there, jeez. Trail closed. Yeah, it makes me wonder what we can do up there. Wish we knew. But anyway. Okay. Okay, so we got the keys. We'll do the sewers in a minute. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna double check real quick and make sure there's nothing major that I've missed. Because I don't think I have. Wait. Oh, Catherine's locker was 1964. I didn't realize that. So we definitely need to go by the hospital for 9 tools, but that code. So now I know that code. And then once we turn the power back on, and whatnot. Okay. So now we have some things that can actually help in the hospital. Okay. Sweet. So I know where we're going. So we need to go to the sewer entrance, and it's like, if we come down, I think these stairs that are like right here at the edge, I think we find it. But yeah. Last time when I was, actually looking for the sewer entrance, it took me God knows how long. I'm trying to think, like, how long did it take me? I want to say a good 10 to 20 minutes to find the sewer entrance. And I was like, when I finally saw it, and I was like, oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, I think it's down past these stairs. I could be wrong, but yeah, okay, it is. Very well hidden and whatnot, but I think that's for a reason, so people don't go playing in there. Okay, and then once we get out of the hospital, we'll go to Dorothy's house, because I have the little thing I need for her better. But yeah. But yeah. Okay. So, sewer map. I am I'm near the mansion, so I need to go down. Yeah, right, left, right. Maybe. I think it's this way. Hold on. I have a little, no wait, that's the thing. I have a little note thing from, when I was getting chased in the church. So, right, go there. I think I have to go that way, but I think this way might be it. No, I have to go right, that's right. I have to go this way, I think. I have to go this way. Then this way. And then this way. And then there's a blue door. I think I have to go this way. Maybe. I might be wrong. And I think I have to go through here. I might be wrong. Aha! Here we are. There we go. Because I was gonna say. Okay. So now we're in the basement of the hospital. I can find the hammer and turn the power back on. And now even Dr. Johnson knows. But yeah, it's like I said earlier in the achievement hunting thing, like, the thing with the lights is, it's not the matter of, you know, like, ghosts turn off lights, it's a matter of the power went off. Yeah, right here we find the morgue. You know, come over here. Oh, look at this. There's keys and evidence. Look at this. A briefcase key, that's for his thing. Bernard. Thing for this. The places and whatnot. I think what the code was. Claim Scott wasn't Vision's killer. Right. Yeah, would he really kill Vivian? Is what he was thinking. Yeah, cause see, there was stuff up behind, so it makes me wonder, you know, if he was like actually killed, when and where. You know what I mean? I wonder if these are from some, like, either someone at the hospital or what. That's a messed up Nick. Damn. There's something somewhere. I think it's right here. That's a messed up Nick. No. There should be something somewhere that, like, talks about their deaths. You know what? It might be in the sheriff's office. It might be the thing in the sheriff's office. Oh, wait. We came in through the janitor's closet? Or maybe it just says janitor's closet. Yeah. Okay, so here's the hammer. We have that now. Nothing else of importance. Electrical area. Turn this shit back on. Choo! Why is it so loud? That actually kind of hurt my ears, Loki. Okay, we can unlock this, and then we can go. But yeah, I like how they unlocked it in the lead up to what was gonna happen with the chase and whatnot, because that's a good way to do it. Medical records. Ah, here we go, over here. Examine. Key card, bitch ass. Accept my key card. Okay. This is where you find out, that they did read about the whole mishandling of funds. You know, unless you can explain it, we have to suspend it and whatnot. That one doesn't have any things on it. Okay. Oh, a key. That's right. Right, for 203. Excuse me, because Trisha was in 203. Right. Yeah, this was the threat note that Henry got. Okay, so this apparently wasn't... Okay, so from what I understand, this is apparently... Dr. Johnson must have thought that this was Charles doing it, but he never faxed it. Apparently. That's what I understand. Okay, and this is where we hear all the messages about that stuff.
Henry, I just received a letter from the NMB investigation firm regarding the use of the RRF funds. I need you to call me. Henry, we really need to talk. Please call back. What's going on, Henry? Why aren't you returning my calls? This is really important.
Yeah, what stinks about this is we don't know what the dates were, so I want to know whose voice that is. You know, I want to know whose voice it is, if that's just a nurse or if it's someone else. Also, we need Catherine, I think was her name. 1964. This one. Don't know why I keep doing that. A logbook. Okay. I'll read this because I don't think we read this last time. May 19th, 1993. Norma Jefferson was admitted to Painscreek. Wait. Hold on. No, I did read this. This is where it's talking about how Susan... This was someone else. Yeah, they found out Timothy Scott drowned. And somehow his body was found 3 hours later. Near the hunting cabin. And then the young lady and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, so we did read that last time. Okay. We got in there. Okay. So now we need to go up to 203. Since we took a look at that. Stairs? Stairs. These ones go all the way up? I think so. Anyway, so 208, 206, 207, 205, 203. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So now we get to explore in here. Did I leave these open last game and they stayed open? That's a little weird. Yeah. Here it is, yeah. Scott Brooks' body. When was that? November. Okay. Yeah, he was killed by Bernard. So there's a key. A room key. I think it goes to Dorothy's house. Because this is a diary that Dorothy had. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. There should be somewhere, like, there's somewhere there in here, there's a newspaper about how Trisha committed suicide. Or she okay, here's the thing, is it doesn't specify if it was suicide or if she just jumped. That's the problem. Scott. Okay, so we do have to go by Dorothy's, but we also have, I also want to, okay, so let's go to Dorothy's, and then we'll go to the Tyler's house. And whatnot. But yeah, it doesn't really ever specify, like, oh, like, Trisha was pushed, Trisha committed suicide, Trisha, you know, whatever, fell. I don't know. But at the same time, it makes me sad that, like, you know, all this, like, so much, like, again, so much of it could have been prevented if someone had told the kids. You know, like, I understand, like, you don't want to ruin a political image, but that doesn't mean you can't tell your children. Like, I mean, you would have to wait till they're a little old, like, they're old enough and everything. But, like, if Scott had started coming around because Father Matthew adopted him and whatnot, then at one point in time, Trisha should have been told, like, we have something to tell you, you have a younger brother, he was given up for adoption, or something like that. And, well, not just enough so, like, she could keep an eye out for what happened or something, you know what I mean? Like, so much of it, the whole situation, like, them falling in love, Trisha dying, Scott dying, probably could have prevented if someone spoke up. Does that make it anyone's fault? No. Well, okay, slightly. But, in most terms, no. Like, in some ways, you know, some of them were just trying to do what they thought was right, which I don't blame them, you know. I mean, everyone wants to do what's right, even if it technically isn't right. Oh, I need the code. It's on the necklace. View. Ah. View. It is... Hold on. Oh, 526? I think, if I'm reading that right. But still, like, it low-key makes me a little sad that people had to die for someone to realize that mistakes were made, you know what I mean? I know I shouldn't, like, God. Like, Charles would still have his daughter at least, maybe even his, like, half-son. You know, Trisha would still be alive, Scott would be alive, Vivian would probably be alive. Like, things would be better. You know? And then... This is from Sophia, yeah. Yeah, he's been taking care of Milan's forever. Yeah, right here, it reminds you of our days at the orphanage. It reminds you of, or it tells you, like, that's how you find out where her and Matthew, Sophia and Matthew, were orphans together. But yeah. So it makes me wonder if because Sophia, or Matthew wasn't around, so if that's why Sophia had the affair. Another thing I thought of was, like, Derek's mom, Wanda, was saying that she didn't trust Sophia because Sophia was doing this for attention, blah, blah. So, in some ways, it kind of makes me wonder, like, you know, how much of it was Sophia's fault, how much of it was Charles's fault that this affair happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. But still, March and then September... If it's 6 months, yeah, that makes sense, because 9. I've already solved it already, that's right. Yeah, okay, June 1st, 1975. Here we go. That's right, okay, so it was June 1st. Yeah, okay, so I feel nervous because she's a strict woman. At the same time, I'm happy because she told Charles to take responsibility for me and my son. I agree. But soon I won't have to be a maid anymore. True, you won't have to be a maid, but he's already married, so unless he divorces Vivian, yeah. And whatnot. There was this letter to Sophia from Father Matthew? Yeah, Father Matthew. Anyway. I, for the life of me, can't think of what the code was to the thing. Oh yeah, this about Oliver. Okay, so now we can run into the photography place and get the shovel. A pendant of Mother Mary. Ah, there's a diary. Scholarships for prison. Okay, so at one point, Charles started drinking. And whatnot. And then the shock of Scott being killed. And then right here, December 6th was Minutes Hospital. And then I think not too long after that, she was killed. Or it honestly sounds like it sounds like she committed suicide. Because it says here that December 2nd, Trisha's been going crazy ever since Scott died. She sometimes screams middle of the night. She'll ask why Scott hasn't visited. So I think part of it is, and again, I'm not a medical professional, I'm just guessing. And I think I talked about some of this stuff back in the actual game, when I was actually playing it, you know, not doing the achievement hunting, and whatnot. So it makes me wonder if Trisha had a full-on psychotic breakdown. Because imagine being hit with the person you fell in love with is your half-brother. All of a sudden, he's dead. And you don't know who by. You found out your dad had an affair. Your mom's being judgmental and rude about the whole thing. Because she's the one who was mad about it in the first place. And all this other stuff. And on top of that, with Vivian who knows, maybe the reason why Vivian was so quiet about everything outside of the affair was just because of what happened with with the Sophia and everything, and that added so much on top of it that all that energy, even not knowing what happened, but all that energy went to Trisha. Like, there had to have been somewhere in her brain that something just broke. And she snapped. And it's like the fact of going crazy ever since Scott died, she sometimes screams in the middle of the night. Either nightmares, or she's just lost it. You know? You know, and everything. So I feel so bad because this one girl could have prevented so much happening. Oh, hold on. Because, yeah, here we go. Daughter of ex-mayor. Okay, so my one question is, did Charles either step down from being a mayor, or was he voted out? That's what my question is. But, yeah, it sounds like falls from the rooftop, lands on head, and dies. So, I still don't understand, like, if she what's the word I want? Was pushed. I mean, at this point, it looks like a suicide, considering everything you see about how, like, with Trisha, you know, like, there's at least 3 different deaths at first. There is Andrew, someone she knew growing up. Well, I think she knew him growing up, I don't know. Dr. Johnson, you know. Then there was her own mother getting killed. She found out that the guy she grew up with for 10 years and fell in love with was actually her half-brother. Then he's killed. Derek, I think, is still alive at that one point. You know. And then you finally get to a point where she just snaps. Like, there's so much. I don't blame her in a way. Like, I hate the fact that this is what happened to her. But I can't see. Wait, hold on. The house was not checking to see why the roof door was not locked. Investigation still pending regarding Trisha's death. So the roof door wasn't locked. Okay. So that makes me lead a little bit more that she did commit suicide. Which is so sad. The fact that she was so depressed and mentally broken that she thought this was, oh my god. And like, she was, I think, my age. Because it was like, 1975 when she died? When she was born? Actually, I want to see that real quick. I know I'm going way more into this than I need to for this moment, but I'm just thinking, you know what I mean? When I start thinking, I want to finish my thought now. No, I need Stephen Moss's stuff. That's newspaper. I need Stephen Moss. One of these is saying that 1974, Trisha was born just before that. So, the 1974 incident. Hold on. August 16th, 1974. May not be it. Because I think it said here. Let me see. Oh no, that's when he was making his notes. Doi. I'm done. So. Sylvia. Oh, that one. Okay. So basically in 1974. Okay, so this is the one medical condition. Is this. So, okay, I think this one was the one that was after Trisha being born. Okay, so we'll say August something, 1974. So I'm about to turn 23. My birthday's on the 30th. So I'll just say I'm 23, just make it easier. So 74 to 95 is 21, I think. Because the 70 to 94 would be 20. Yeah. So Trisha had turned like 21, not even, I don't think 6 months, because August, September, October, November, December. She hadn't even been 21 for 6 months when she committed suicide. That is so freaky to think of. God. And here I am at nearly 23, you know what I mean? Like, holy shit. And that's what makes it even sadder, is the fact of she was my age. You know what I mean? Okay. So we went to Dorothy's. Okay, we technically have to go to the photographer's, but I need to go to the Derek's house and open that one drawer. I think. Right, that's for the photographer. Bernard. Okay, okay. Photographer, Bernard, in the Tylers. Okay. But still. I know, yeah. It's something like, normally certain things I don't get caught up on, and then I think the only thing that makes me get caught up on the factors is the matter of she was not even older than me. You know? Anyway. Let's do Derek Tyler's house first. Oh, well, actually, let's do the inn. The inn is closer. The inn is closer. Then we'll do Bernard's, and then we'll do mansion? No, photography. Okay. So I've got a few things I can do. Yeah, but that's talking about photographers. Okay. So let me go do the briefcase. Because we never finished the thing that says Derek's story. So we need to figure out his story. Okay. Okay. Right, here we go. Yeah. Pneumothorax. A pneumothorax is... That's when the lung collapses, I think. Yeah, burns all over the body. Reveals punctured lungs of an object similar to a switchblade or small knife. So, probably what happened was Father Matthew probably went to Andrew's home. Because, I mean, it says right in the recordings. I accidentally killed Andrew, you know, like he admits to it. So, it probably happened was he stabbed, I think I said this before, last episode. Or not last episode, sorry. When I first played this, I think I talked about it. Where he probably killed Andrew by stabbing him. And his lung started to collapse. But because he didn't want anyone finding out what happened, he caused the place to set on fire. That's a guess. Okay. Henry Johnson. Oh yeah, the blood loss. Yeah, top right of the skull, leaning towards the front, in above right eye, has a white crack, whatnot. And I think one of the reasons that Stephen Moss got so focused on it was probably Bernard, was it could have been that because even though Father Matthew's left-handed, it could have been that because there was a thing, because one of Mary Martinez's diary says she finds out that Bernard is left-handed. The killer was left-handed. It says, like, oh, the killer of this person was likely left-handed. And whatnot. So, and because I don't think it says anywhere that Father Matthew's left-handed, that's probably what threw Stephen Moss off was, you know, like, it couldn't have been him. There's stuff not making sense. And he finds out, oh, I was wrong. But, yeah. And then same thing for Vivian. Found certain places. Okay. Oh yeah, the dark puzzle. Oh my god, what was the number? I'm trying to remember. Because, what is it? The yellow darts from the red total. Shit. I have to actually got the book. I think it was either 135 or 145. Or something like that. Let me see something. Maybe I can just scoot by a little bit further. Okay. Okay. I don't remember. It's like something 35. Vincent's birthday, so June 1st, and then 7741. 7741. Because that's a quick, because I can then think of, oh, the birthday, June 1st. But yeah. So, I'll just, there we go. Quick pull up. Okay. So now I need to go to someplace. Tell you the photographer's office, so I guess we'll go there real quick. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that or like, I just thought of something where like, if they ever do a sequel or prequel to this, I think something that they really should, and of course they don't have to do it super heavily, but at least enough to get an idea. I'd love to see how they put in like the thoughts of everyone you're playing, or everyone that that you kind of hear from, like the main people, like Vivian, Scott, Trisha. You know, like I think it'd be amazing to hear their thoughts. Like, how do they feel about this whole thing? Where in the, hold on. Where is the thing? Okay, so I need to go down Walnut? Where's Walnut? Am I a Walnut? I don't know. I might be a little bit. Clover. Town Center. Yeah, Walnut Avenue. So, if that's Clover. Okay, so that's Clover. So. Okay, so that's. No. I'm on Clover. Am I on Clover? Street names are confusing. But still, just. God. But still, like, hearing everything that happened. Or, like, hearing, like, the moments of when. Just that. Father Matthew finally snapped. Town Center. Black Pine. Hold on. So this is Black Pine. Here's the courtyard. I have to go, like, behind it. Okay. I couldn't remember for a minute. It's like, wait a minute, where'd it go? But still. There's so many things you can do, I think, with this game, because there's so many things you can play on. Like, you can play on the past. You can play on, you know, well, I should say different parts of the past. Like, you could play on the very past, where, the kids were kids. They were babies, you know. And it was like Sophia had, what's his name, and all that stuff. You know, like, there's so many different things you can play on. You could also play on when they're young adults. You could play on when Father Matthew broke. You know, like, what broke his train of thought into murdering people. And murdering the people who, maybe to him, were responsible for the loss of Sophia. You know what I mean? Like, there's, I feel like there's a bunch of different things you can play on and whatnot that I will, oh god, I really hope one day there is a sequel, because for me, a lot of the mystery games I played growing up, even if they involved kind of a murder, was hidden object games. And I thought about doing that a little bit more on the channel as well. But still, playing those was one of my favorite things to do growing up. I love the games so much. Hidden object games, also known as hogs if you don't know, have a very special place in my heart. They really do. Shovel! Wrench! But, write no messages. This thing. me see something. I feel like this was low-key. Okay, so it says before in a couple different places that Father Matthew was not around when Vivian was killed. And that was July 19th, 1995 when she was killed. It was saying like, oh, that he's got a religious thing, you know, he wasn't feeling well. I wonder if if the only reason he said that was because of he wanted to be able to kill Vivian in that time, and that's why it was around that specific time. Aha, here's what I'm looking for. Here's the diary. Yeah. And then Trish's death hurt. Yeah. Yeah, and then with January 3rd, 1996, Charles has lost all his family members. He's all alone. And, like, in all honesty, and I know that what he did with the whole affair was wrong, and I totally agree with that, and he was an asshole for it. But at the same time, so much of this could have been avoided if there was no affair. Or if there had to be something, it was like, you know, he could have divorced Vivian and did something else with Sophie. I don't know. Like, there's things that could have been done to prevent all this, you know what I mean? And I guess this makes you wonder how far, in some cases, is someone willing to go to keep the truth hidden, to keep their reputation. Like, there's so many things that make you wonder, why did they go so far? It also makes you wonder, like, because I'm trying to think of when, like, stuff like condoms and whatnot were available. Oh, actually, I looked it up. Let me see something. I know it's probably not based on that historical factors, but I want to know. Okay, they were made around 1858. So, I mean, there was, like, unless something broke, there was no protection. It makes me wonder, how exactly did she get pregnant? Like, did she just normally get pregnant, or was it like she poked holes through things? You know what I mean? It makes me wonder. Oh my goodness, that's a juicy thought. Like, she didn't, like, Sophia did it on purpose. I doubt she would have, but you never know. Like, if she wanted to no longer be a maid, you know. Dorothy left Painscreek. Yeah, and then everyone was basically leaving. Okay. But yeah, you find that out, and this is the bathroom, so, okay. And then before the game ends, I will, like, check everything. So, we got all that. We went to the briefcase. Okay, so yeah. So we'll do this. We'll go to the sheriff's office, and then we'll pause everything there, I think. If I'm running out of time, I have to check how much time I got. Because I think I might have enough time to go a little bit longer. Okay. So we go this way. Okay. But yeah, I like the fact that I'm playing this again just because I like the fact that right now I'm okay to give my own theories and such. Because I try to do it, when I very first played the game, I tried to do it at the end of the game, but I was still coming down from the rush of the chase scene. So, yeah, my thoughts are kind of coming to fruition now. It's been so amazing to not only play this game, but to learn the secrets of Painscreek, and in my personal opinion, they did such a wonderful job with everything. You know, I love the flow of the game, I love how they set up little things, and I love the fact that, like, you kind of learn everyone's story and what happened as time goes on. You know? Like, early on, you find out, like, oh, yeah, the sheriff eventually got relocated. Yeah, that's a simple thing. But you eventually find out other things, like, you know, that, you know, Sophie, like, Charles had the affair, you know. This thing happened. This thing happened. And the fact that, like, in certain ways, if you watch the patterns of the game, you see that, like, the whole going through the sewers, going up through the bottom of the hospital and whatnot, you know, like, that comes in handy at the end of the game. It leads right into the end of the game, you know, and you don't realize it, because it's the only way to go, is through the sewers, if you want to get out of church, because Matthew changed the door, so you can't get out through that way. And there was one way he had to come up, which was through the sewers, otherwise you probably would have heard him, you know. The fact that he's probably watching and whatnot through the little window up top is a little creepy. I won't lie, I think that's just because I'm a female, but, you know. Okay. Yeah, this is where it says the killer is left-handed right here. So that probably is maybe what threw off Stephen Moss, was the whole left-handed thing. You know? It's drawn to lean a clean, deadly blow. I wonder, like, because Father Matthew was into carpentry. So it makes me wonder, like, did he get the wood himself, or did someone else get it? Because if he got the wood himself, he would have to be pretty strong to cut up the wood small enough to be carvable. You know what I mean? Like, get those right-sized pieces. So there's that. The alibi stuff. This is, like, where everyone was. Yeah. Hartford. Yeah. I like how here it says that Matthew wasn't feeling well. It doesn't say that. It's just like, oh, there's the whole religious event. He never mentions feeling well and whatnot and stuff. Derek never gave the number, and I think, like, I think in some ways Derek is the one who lied, I think. I don't remember. Yeah. I think it's something for this. Like, it's not to say that, you know, of course, like, you are suspected that Derek did it. It's just a matter of Derek wasn't doing what he says or something like that. So there's that. This was empty. Key. And he goes to Stephen Moss's car. Let me see real quick where I am for time. Okay. I can real quick do the car, and then I'll have to end it there. So we'll run out to the car real quick, because it's right there. Yeah. But yeah, just like, I feel like if they ever did a sequel or prequel or whatever, I would love to hear, like, or I guess even see, you know, if they add, like, the psychological part of it. Not to say, like, make it a psychological horror game, but, like, put in people's thoughts. Make it more, like, basically do something kind of like this where you can see people's thoughts, but maybe add in little extra details of, like, this is a moment of this person was breaking down. You know what I mean? Because, like, in some cases, you can easily tell when someone's about to break down or certain things like that, but otherwise you don't know. Pick up. Okay, I need that. And, oh. And... let me get closer. Oh, God. Hold on. Let me get this. I want this. Let me have it. Let me have the stupid thing. Oh my God, it is being so stubborn. Aha! Finally! Okay. Yeah, so my question is, I wonder if at one point, because where is it? Okay, so this is where he realized he was wrong about Bernard. Then, so it makes me wonder if he got really, really close to figuring out what happened and realized, like, that Bernard wasn't the killer. And then not too long after, he got killed. I don't know if he would officially got killed, but it's very possible. Okay. But anyway, I am now out of time for this episode. So, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope everyone very thoroughly enjoyed. It's fun to, like, make little theories and talk about the game. It's such a beautiful game. It's a wonderful game. And really the only bug and issue, I have to, like, turn this way and make sure I remind myself it's just the tree. Because every now and again it sounds like a person walking, and it's not. But the fact that, you know, there's so much into this game, and the only issue I've really had with it is there's two minor issues. Well, three, technically. And it's not bad things. Okay, okay, let me back up. The very first minor issue is just the leaf sound. It's just that every now and again, it sounds like a person walking. You know? So that isn't a horrible thing. It's just how it sounds to me. So that's nothing wrong with that. It's just how it is. But it's very realistic other than that. The fact that it's so realistic in its sound is amazing. Don't mind me adjusting myself in my chair. The next thing is the, what was I saying? I don't know, I'll think about the point in a minute. But my other point was going to be the whole chase thing. And I said this, I think, in another episode. Where, if I really wish that, like, maybe when you start going up the stairs into the secret room, or, like, before you touch the tape recorder, like, a little thing that says, you're about to reach the end of the game. You're about to have, about the end of the game, there's going to be a chasing. You must run from the killer. Before you touch the tape recorder, if you want to save now, save. And, like, it lets you save. You know? And, like, you have a quick option to save real quick. You know? Or even, like, just in... I gotta pause this for a minute because the sounds are getting crazy. Like, just in general warning of, there's about to be a chasing, there's going to be a killer, run. You know? And get ready to run. Or something like that. I think that'd make it better because just the sudden boom, chasing, get going. It really made my heart throb last time. I mean, like, don't be wrong, the chase itself was very well done, very heart-throbbing, because you don't know what's going on. So, like, you look out, oh, the door is locked, you know, whatever. Like, you have to run, you see Sophia's ghost helping you and whatnot, and all that good stuff. But at the same time, I think that just for people who do get scared by chases easily, that little warning might be really clever and helpful. And then, my other thing... I didn't think of it. I can't think of it. I don't know what it was. It was something about, like, some of the details in the game. I can't remember. I don't know. Oh! Yes, now I remember. Is the fact that the only issue I've had in terms of the game is the sprint thing kind of sticking every now and again. It stuck for a minute in this episode, I think. I know, it was last episode. I don't know. I'm having too much fun in this game to think about that. But anyway, that's really all so far I have of critiques and everything. I know we haven't finished the game. We might do that in the next episode or two, I don't know. Maybe next episode I'll do a marathon run and finish up the game or something. I don't fucking know. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. Thank you guys for listening to all my crazy theories. I really hope everyone very thoroughly enjoys and has enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah!